We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh my God, guys. That Tabata session, that floored me. I've been in recovery for the last hour. I'm dying. Whew. I've been catching up on your comments and guesses about YouTubers I can't stand as well. And yes, there may be some people who have guessed Connor's right. My person, I don't want to be like bringing people down publicly. And I used to watch this person, but I just don't watch them anymore because I just found every video was a list. 5 things not to buy, 5 things that are hot right now, 5 things that are out of fashion. I got scammed, la la la, and everything was so ranty. And yeah, she's based in America, and her channel starts with A, and she has blonde hair. And I'm sure she's a very lovely person. But yeah, her YouTube persona is one that I just find it, stop yelling at me. Yeah, and there are a few YouTubers that are in that boat, and if you go through and you look at people's video lists and their thumbnails and they're all negative things, that really just turns me off. Like, don't buy this, these didn't work for me, these are my fails, I spent all this money, things that make me unhappy, blah blah blah, lessons I've learned, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I know people do those videos because they get clicks, but it's why people constantly doubt themselves. I think it's a bit gaslighty when people are going, oh, I'm going to spend all this money, and I go to YouTube and I find someone that I want to follow, whose opinion that I respect. And then it starts to become, you don't really know what's good. You don't really know what you should be buying. I know. And what I said yesterday is different to today. And what it says about you when you pick this over something else is probably not what you want it to say. And yeah, I don't think that that's helpful to anyone. So I've stopped watching a lot of the channels that have grown from small, authentic channels into bigger, less humble channels for that reason. Because to me, it's about the dialogue, not about the telling. It's a conversation that we have with each other. And on that note, I've got lots of questions to answer from you guys today. So I'm going to have a shower, get organised. I'm going to insert the footage of me making the pavlova here, and also the lemon curd. So that's all ready to go for Christmas Day in advance. So enjoy that, and I'll be back to answer your questions momentarily. Hey guys, this is Dale from the past making pavlova, because I thought it would be better just to get it out of the way because it needs to stay in the oven overnight. And tomorrow I'm prepping meat and things like that. So I thought we'd do the pavlova, and I can take you through that in a little pre-recorded session. Pavlova, there's a big argument about whether it originated in Australia or New Zealand. I'm not going to weigh in on that, but just acknowledge all the players in the game. It is an amazing meringue, like marshmallowy, sugary outer crust, inner marshmallowy surface. It's amazing. It usually looks like a bit of a dog's breakfast, to be honest, until it's dressed. So if it does, we'll just say we were expecting that. If it doesn't, we'll say bravo chef, bravo. So the first thing that we need is to separate 6 eggs, because we need 6 egg whites. Okay, so this is what 6 large egg whites looks like. Yummy! And our yolks are in here. I'll find something to do with those. So we have those, and then we'll do all of our other ingredients. And then 1 tablespoon of corn flour. Okay, so I feel like I've got most of the ingredients ready to go. So the method is, in a large mixing bowl, we put the egg whites in with a pinch of salt on medium-high until soft peaks form, and then we turn it to high and add the caster sugar. They're locked in. We have our egg whites, in they plop. We have a pinch of salt, and we will put this one down and we'll put it on medium heat till soft peaks form. Add the sugar slowly with the speed up high. I'd say that's relatively stiff. Okay, so now we need to sift in the corn flour. So I've just got this little sieve, little handheld sieve here. And this is a tablespoon of corn flour. Fabulous. And then we fold in the white vinegar and the vanilla until just combined. So white vinegar requires 1 teaspoon. So get our teaspoon measure. Also 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I usually like to put more in, but 1 and a little bit. Yummy. Okay, and we'll just fold that through until just combined. Now it comes to forming the meringue, and it's always better to go up than to go out because it will spread. Okay, here we go. I'll give you a good look here. So we'll start in the middle. Okay, so that is our meringue finished, ready to go in the oven, and we won't see this again until tomorrow morning. So it's going to go into a preheated oven, which is 150 without the fan. My oven's quite hot, so I'm doing that. And then before I put it into the oven, I need to lower the heat to 120, cook it for 1 hour, and then leave it. So hopefully I will see you back here tomorrow morning with a beautiful pavlova. Well, it was all good until I tried to get the baking paper out from underneath. So now I'm just gonna poke the top in, but this is the pavlova. And there's the marshmallowy stuff on the inside. So I'm just gonna poke all this in now, because that's what's gonna happen when I put the topping on anyway. and I'm going to try and remove the paper from underneath so I can store it until Christmas Day. After I gave that clue, I thought you guys might go, starts with A from America? Could it be autumn? No, it's not autumn. It's not autumn, promise. So I thought I'd just get ready for the day and do some of the Q&A. And my first question, and apologies if you put Q&As in late yesterday, because I didn't get back to my Insta stories and to screenshot all the responses. So if there were any extra questions, they are lost. So if you do want to know, put them in the comments of this video and I will respond to those. I'm very sorry. I was preoccupied with the Connor. So the first question is from Ash. When is your next Mal, in brackets, trunk purchase? And which model do you want? Well, I think I've answered that in the last few videos, which is the Mal, Petite Mal. So the trunk clutch, not the trunk clutch, but the Petite Mal. That is my next purchase. In terms of other trunks, look, I don't really want another trunk. I don't want another trunk for decor. If I'm going to get another trunk, it's going to be a big one, like a big, piece of furniture trunk. So yeah, there won't be anything else in the trunk department unless it's a big one. And as far as I know, the going rate for those at the moment is about $80,000. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Does anyone else still get spots at 40 years old? I mean, it is, Aunt Flo's come to visit for Christmas. Fantastic. Great timing. So, yeah, spots for Christmas. Fantastic. Look at that big one. Right where my sunglasses hit on my nose. Anyway, so yes, that is my next chunk. _ Mitchell. Favorite thing about living in Brisbane? Brisbane gives you all the city vibes in a really enjoyable climate. It's not really a touristy city because it's not like there's no beaches in Brisbane. They're about an hour away. And I guess when I used to come here for work, I used to think Brisbane was pretty meh until I started to explore a bit and stay on the weekends. And I think Erin, who is in Cairns, was saying that she used to extend her work trips and stay in Brisbane for the weekends and get a good look around. And when I started to do that a bit more, I started to realise how special Brisbane is, because you can drive anywhere, you can park anywhere, not anywhere, but like you'll get a car park. You don't have to worry about crazy traffic. It's relatively safe. There's beautiful sunshine. It's growing into a destination. And so there's a lot of cruise ships used to come here. Don't know if that'll happen anymore. And a lot of international travel, which has meant that our luxury shopping has evolved as well. We've got the beautiful weather. Even in winter when it's cold, I love it. Even when it rains, I love it. It's just really beautiful, and I love that it has its own vibe and the housing styles, and yeah, it's a very opportunistic place to live, in that there's so many things that you could do because it's evolving and it's a young city, that means that it's a great place to kind of start businesses and start things. Hey Roo, how do you stay so positive? Sorry, it's 2 questions. Love your Vlogmas. You don't have to say sorry. Questions are questions. How do I stay so positive? I've probably answered this in one of my Q&As previously, which is around a locus of control. So I'm one of those people that's always asking, what can I do about this? How did I contribute to this? How do I get closer to what I want? I'm not ever playing the victim, and I don't have much tolerance for people who do, to be honest. I'm a problem solver. I'm always looking for the gaps rather than the barriers, and it's just the way that I look at life. It's definitely not something that comes from my family, I don't think. You know, I've got, and I don't say that with any disrespect, it's just I notice that I'm a helper in my family a lot in terms of problem solving and things, because it's just not a natural thing that people look to. They look to, this is a problem, this is affecting me, this is not fair, I don't know what to do about it. Whereas I'm kind of like, I want that outcome, I don't know how to get there, but I'm going to find out. And so that opportunistic look at things tends to make you appear more positive, I suppose. Yeah, and it definitely energizes me. You can probably tell. Another question from Heyru, random, but how do you get rid of spiders? I have a phobia, so I'm looking for advice. So if you're talking about spiders that show up unexpectedly, how do I get rid of them? I call Mr. Addiction to the rescue, and he would just pick them up and hold them. It depends, like if yeah, I'd probably do that. I'd probably look, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, like I always am. Maybe a thong has come off my foot. Depending on where it is, you know, where the spider is and whatever. What is your job, Lady Terrier 79? My job is that I coach people, so I help people, teams and leaders achieve their full potential. That's what I do. So I do that one-on-one. I do that with groups of people who work in intact teams, but also project teams and leadership cohorts. So groups of leaders from across organizations that are leading change or significant business transformations. Holly Grace, what luxe house have you never bought from before? And if you had to, what item would it be? Who have I not bought from? Saint Laurent. I've never bought from them. I think I've mentioned it before, and again, I don't like to, you know, I don't want to offend people, so please don't take offense. We all like different things, but I just find Saint Laurent uninspiring. And for me anyway, because I find a lot of their bag styles are very similar to bag styles from other houses that are more interesting to me. Their camera bags and the Gucci camera bags, I'd choose a Gucci one. Their version of the Pochette Matisse, like the college bag, I'd choose the Pochette Matisse. Well, I wouldn't choose either because I don't like that style. The Sac de Jour, I choose the Neverfull. The puffer bag, I choose the Chanel 19. So if I had to, they do beautiful clutches. Ada Sully, who's also here in Brisbane, she has a Saint Laurent clutch, and I like that. I think it's not on a chain, it's actually a clutch, and I think, yeah, I could do that if I had to. Next question, what's Erin Hollis? What's on your 2022 wish list? What about Fendace bags? Anything from that line? Yeah, so 2022, a Petit Mal. I'm actually going to talk to my essay about that one that I saw her wearing when I went to the Louis Vuitton cocktail party, because I really like that. And I feel like because I have that money from the Chanel 19, that they would be a good bag to buy whilst I have the money, because I'm not doing much work over the next month as far as I'm aware, so I'm not going to be earning money to be spending on bags. In saying that, Fendace comes in May, and as I said yesterday in the meeting with Connor, in the video with Connor, I don't know whether or not we are going to see much from that collection, just because Cassie mentioned that her essay said that they won't be putting a lot of things into production. So I like the denim baguette. I like the little the fabric baguettes in like that jersey kind of looking fabric. If I'm going to get a baguette, it's going to be a statement piece. I think I've given up on the plain leather baguette that was on my wish list. I just find them a bit meh, not really for me. So if I'm wearing a baguette, it's to party. So yeah, I'd want a baguette. I'm bad at wish lists, guys. I don't care for them. I don't like rules. I don't like locking myself in. But yeah, that's probably it, I'd have to say. Jane loves LV. Jane Church. Jane, have you ever filmed or edited a video and then decided not to post it? Yes, Jane, that is a great question, and twice I have done that. Pimples covered. Excellent. So those videos were things I hate about luxury YouTubers. And I didn't post it because I just didn't think that it was a kind of a tag video that came through that I think Autumn and Winnie and Yota might have done it. Maybe Gwenny, the awesome foursome. And then a few other people did it. Connor did it. I think not Person Flake. Jessie Style did it. Tanya did it. And then I did it, and I just didn't feel like it was very constructive, so I didn't post it. And the other one that I filmed and didn't post was the unboxing of my Chanel Sunset bag, which I still actually have in my YouTube library on private. That's just ready to go, ready to be listed. And I didn't post it because as soon as I edited it, I just went, I'm really not feeling it. And it's just something that I don't want to put stuff out there that seems like it's just content for content's sake. So I put it back in the box. I thought about it. I talked to Amelia Rose about it, and I just left it there for a bit. And then I decided I watched the unboxing, and I just thought, yeah, no, I'm not feeling this bag, and so I'm gonna leave it. I forgot to put my primer on. So yeah, it's a video that's all ready to go and has never been published. Adele Elzinger, is this your first marriage? No, Adele, it is not. It is my second and last marriage. Mr. Addiction is fabulous. My first husband was lovely too, but we just shouldn't have gotten married. We were more friends. And I'm a big believer that, which is controversial, you don't marry your best friend. You have friends and you have a husband, and if one person is your whole life, I feel you just find yourself in a big mess when and if that one person is no longer in your life. So I strongly believe that and my husband feels exactly the same way, that we have friends and we have each other, and they're different relationships, and that works for us, but everyone's different. Mrs. Moose, what bag would you save if you had to? Hey. So I only get to pick one to save. My petite boy chapeau. And I would save that one because it was gifted to me and it was such a special bag to receive as a gift. Yeah, I'd keep that one. And it passes as decor as well as a bag. Emerald City Lux asked the same question. There you go. So if you had to choose one bag to keep from your collection. Okay, this is not save, so I'm going to answer this question differently. If I had to choose one bag to keep from my collection, which one would I keep? I think I've said it before. I'd keep my Chanel Jumbo because it's the reason that I got into bags in the first place. I think even though I hate classic flaps, I do love my Chanel Jumbo, and it meant something to me to buy my first Chanel bag. And even though it's not my first Chanel bag, it's the first Chanel classic bag and my only Chanel classic bag that I have. So I know that seems hypocritical based on the fact that I had my Chanel rant the other day, but so be it. Jane Church, what genres do you watch on YouTube other than luxury? Jane. All right. I'm coming clean with you guys. I watch Carrie the Mortician and Catherine Doherty and Are You Dying to Know? They're all shows about dealing with death, funerals, preparing dead bodies, preparing for death. I don't know, I love it. And they're all women, and they're all really informative, really empathic, really knowledgeable, and they're just trying to take all the scariness and the messiness out of death to help people live a better life and be more, prepared, and to make more informed decisions for them and their loved ones when the time comes. So I find it fascinating because it's so taboo. I find it fascinating to learn about it because it's not something that's out there in the public eye. I also watch, I don't count Lydia Millen and Josie from Fashion Mumbler as luxury. I mean, I just think they're influencers living the influencer life, and there's some luxury involved there, but I watch them. They're my guilty pleasure. I watch this very wholesome Australian couple called Flying the Nest. They drive me mad because they are so nice and fresh, and there's no real to them. But I love how they show us different parts of the world. So yeah, that's what I watch, and I vicariously watch in the background. My husband, he watches a lot of like the vagabonds, the people that sail catamarans around the world. Do not watch his motocross and mechanical videos, but yeah, I pretty much just watch the luxury channels. I also watch another channel called Not Even French, which is a lady named Rosie who's a New Zealand native, and she lived in France for almost 10 years, I think, with her husband. And yeah, she just talks about French culture and how to fit in and the mistakes she made and her experiences. And yeah, I like that too. And she's still doing it even though she's in New Zealand. Michelle, what's the next bag you have your eye on? The Petit Mal. And obviously trying to find, I'm not in a hurry for it, but finding a Chanel 19 that works for me, in a colour that works for me. Forever Dreamin', luxury wish list for 2022. I've answered that one, I think, so definitely a Petit Mal and something from Fendace. We'll see what happens. Forever Dreamin' again. Thoughts on the Fendi First bag? Not a fan. I don't like it. I think Ada's small style is probably closer to one that I'd buy, but it's just not for me, and I'm cool with that. I thought that I'd like it in some different patterns and things, but yeah, I don't. I think not for me. I'd prefer the Bottega pouch. I think it must be the smooth leather. I think I want more texture. I think that's why. Erin, opinion on all those YouTube videos on DH gate hauls and buying, advising of replica bags. Now, I had to ask Erin, what is DH gate? And she said when she searches for hauls, a lot of those come up. I don't think I don't think fakes are okay. I don't yeah, I wouldn't watch those videos. People who do and people who make those videos, each to their own, but for me, like, it doesn't do anything for me. I've been in a position where, it sounds preachy, but I just, if I couldn't afford to have the real thing, I wouldn't want it because I'd know it's fake. I'm just saying that everyone can make a choice and be comfortable with their choices that they make. And yeah, I just struggle. If it's not the real thing, whatever it is, I struggle with it. If it's something pretending to be something else, there's a lack of authenticity and it's not for me. Erin, when did your love for Fendi start and what item was your first from Fendi? My love for Fendi started, it was like it crept up on me. So I had, I'd watched a bit of Fendi on Mel Soldera's channel and also Fashionably Amy. And to be honest, and I think I've said this before on my channel, I never really rated the peekaboos on YouTube. Especially that grey elephant colour, I just thought, I don't see what the big deal about these bags are. And then we got a Fendi boutique in Brisbane and I went to see them and I realised why I never liked them on YouTube. I think that the non-textured bags look really flat and plain on screen. I don't think you get to see the real beauty of them. And then I'd never seen the Celeria version of the bag and that just tipped me over the edge. And so in April last year, 2020, when the lockdown happened, I'd done so much research and I'd been into the store and I actually had a really pushy essay which put me off. So I didn't want to buy it from the store and I bought it online at the beginning of the lockdown. And that's when the love affair began. And then I found a new essay in store and then I was in there all the time and I bought 5 bags. So the bag that I bought was the white mini peekaboo. That was the beginning. Amelia Rose, apart from luxury, if you were to expand your channel, what else would you like to talk about? Lifestyle stuff. I've enjoyed Vlogmas, so I think vlogging is cool. I think, yeah, just if it's not being an expert on things, if it's just sharing new discoveries and things like that, then yeah, I think anything, cooking, lifestyle, like just living, travel, as long as it's not interfering too much with the actual experience, that you're worried too much about getting content that you don't actually have a good time. Because I think that's a real risk when you vlog all the time. Amelia Rose, even though you hate to holiday in the cold, when are you coming to Ireland? Look, I hear Ireland's pretty temperate, so I'd like to come and visit, absolutely, because we have some heritage in the area. So I'm thinking, forget about summer, maybe the fall, I don't know what year, but fall sounds like a nice time to come. Tanya from Bits and Bags, what's the allure of luxury? To me, I think it's the escape from the mediocre. I never want to settle for a mediocre life, and luxury isn't the definition of a fabulous life, most definitely, but in my career, in the people that I surround myself with, in how hard I work for the things that I want and the things that are important to me, the tough decisions, the ethical dilemmas, I never want to settle for mediocre, and I think luxury is definitely not mediocre, and it inspires me, and I aspire to live a life that is worthy of the effort that I have put into it. The glitzy housewife, hi Michelle, she says, what are you asking Santa for? Nothing at all. I think Santa's got more important people to take care of than me. I have been enjoying the spoils of birthday month and December and Vlogmas, you know, for near on 2 months. So I'll actually be happy if I go to the tree and there's nothing there from Santa. I really don't want any luxury under the tree. I've got a real issue with luxury at Christmas. I don't know why, I just think it's not Christmas. I know that's weird, but I think I would hate to put expectations on Christmas that are just luxury, if that makes any sense. And mine from Polka Dots and Pearls, favourite outfit of all time, like as in outfit that I've worn, I'd have to say my wedding dress. Mr. Addiction and I were married in Las Vegas and it was all planned. We planned the elopement. We planned it for 6 months and I wore exactly what I wanted to wear. I didn't care about occasion. I didn't care about other people and what they would think. It was magical and I wore an Alice and Olivia ostrich feathered cocktail dress with the keyhole back cut out and a pair of strappy Jimmy Choo sandals in champagne, and it was fabulous and I felt fabulous. And so yeah, I always look at it and think, I hope I fit into that again one day. So thank you for all of your questions. If you have any more, throw them in the comments and I'll be happy to continue the conversation with you there. I've got day 23 of my Peony Parcel Advent Calendar here. It's called Fluffle, Unicorn Poop. Purple clouds of mystical musk make up this beautiful mess with shooting stars and rainbow fragments that unicorns can't digest. It's getting a bit bad, isn't it? Like it started out so good. So I thought I'd finish the Q&A and then I remembered I've got more questions to answer for Vlogmas Q&A. So I will go to that post and I will answer those questions too. Lily DuPont, Dale, do you have any career advice for young women? Is there anything you wish you'd known when you first started your professional career? Since the Chanel tote bag you've shown on your channel is no longer available, is there any other bags you'd recommend as a reliable work bag, one large enough for a laptop? Thanks for your questions, Lily. I did a video, which I will link in the description box below, where I talk a fair bit about my career and how I got to where I am. So I'll link that one for you, Lily. I'd check that out. Hans did request a video on work bags and I went looking for work bags that would fit a laptop that weren't totes, that had a crossbody bag, and I didn't find anything I liked, so I just dropped that idea. I put a lot of time into that research. For me, I really like, if you can get your hands on a GST, there's a lot in the pre-loved market. The prices are high, but when you think about what you get for your money, even at about $3,500, it's still a big bag for your money compared to, say, a mini rectangular or something like that. And if you're going to use it every day, I think why not? The Gucci Ophidia, I really like that it has more structure than the Neverfull for work. You don't really need an organizer for that bag, in my opinion, because it holds up itself. The canvas is more stiff, if that makes sense. So the Ophidia tote is great. I use my Neverfull when I travel for work. They're the ones that I like, but then I don't really like the quite understated bags. I'm not an understated bag gal. So yeah, they're my opinions for bags. But I will link that video down below. I'm wearing a yellow shirt, I know that much. So watch that, because I talk a fair bit about career in that one. Kaylee Carroll, I've been enjoying your first year of doing Vlogmas. What's your favourite Christmas gift you've ever received? The Petit Boy Chapeau. Even though Christmas is not about luxury for me, It was such a surprise, and it made me cry. And yeah, it was very special. Mandy Reardon, hi Mandy. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? And what's been your most meaningful Christmas gift from Mr. Addiction? Oh, I just answered that one. And which do you enjoy celebrating more, Christmas or New Year's Eve? My favorite Christmas tradition is cooking for people that I love, whether it's family, whether it's an orphan Christmas, and it's just the people who are around, friends. Some of my best Christmases have been when I've been far away from family, living in remote towns, and people just coming together and bringing the food that they love and associate with Christmas, and enjoying it and sharing it with each other, and there being no rules, just making our own rules. They are some of the most fabulous Christmases that I've ever had. My most meaningful Christmas gift from Mr. Addiction was my petite boîte chapeau, definitely. What do I enjoy celebrating more? Christmas. I'm not a big New Year's person. I'm not for revolutions. I'm not for resolutions. I'm not for on a new day, it's a new year. I'm not a goal-oriented person. I'm a horizon setter. So the fact that one day you like this and one day you like that doesn't work for me. It's more of a transition. Christmas is always more fun and festive and magical. Thanks for those questions, Mandy. Nick Snell. Hey Nick, if Nick's got a YouTube channel too, so go check him out. If you could restart your collection, where would you begin? Look, I don't know why I'd want to restart my collection, but if I had to restart, I would begin with the most expensive bags first, instead of doing this kind of training wheel approach, because now I know how to look after my luxury. I would buy the bags that are most prone to price increases first. So like my Chanel Mini Rectangular, for example, I'd probably buy that one first. Mooncake. Hi Dale, I need your opinion on getting the same type of bags, just in different sizes. I already have a mini purple sequin baguette. Nice. But after watching the unboxing of your carry bag, I want it in a bigger size as well. Would it be too much? No, buy the bag. No problems, no questions, no justification, no nothing. Sandra Walzer, will you do Vlogmas again next year? I don't know. What do you guys think? I have enjoyed it, but I purposefully didn't work much this month. I don't know if I could manage that every year. What do you guys think? Bridget, what's your story? Where did you meet Mr. Addiction? And what's your favorite pastime apart from luxury bags? Well, I will refer you to that same video that I talked about above in response to Lily's question in terms of my story. I met Mr. Addiction when I was working in a regional area, and my favorite pastime apart from luxury bags, would have to be travel and decorating the house and gardening and eating and cooking, lots of things. Jean Moore, Mrs. Moose, I see you now. Have you ever been to Scotland, Dale? I have not. The only place that I've visited in the UK is London proper, and we actually want to do a proper driving holiday all around the UK and Ireland. We know we'll need a fair bit of time, but we just want to hire a car and go. So once we get a bit of certainty around the current situation and quarantining and all that kind of jazz, then I think that's something that we will definitely do. Shannon Stone, will you ever come and visit the USA? I have been to the USA 3 times. I love the USA. Yes, I will come again, and same as the previous question, just looking for a little certainty in relation to the world situation to make sure we can get home and we don't get trapped anywhere. Lisa, Corey's girl. So I feel bad for asking, but what's Connor's YouTube channel name? It's the closet. It's the closet, Lisa. That was quite funny, and I loved telling Connor that. So thank you all for the questions. That's all the questions now. I have written my list. I have tested my equipment. I think I'm going to make a trip to the shopping centre now and try and find a mandolin so that I can make this potato dish, because I'm committed to it now. There is no alternative. I will not substitute. I will not sacrifice my standards. I will not live a mediocre potato life. So I'm going to go and get dressed and head off. Hi guys. Hi guys. Who says that? Can't remember. Anyway, somebody says it on the YouTubes. I am now going to do the bulk of my food shop, and then I'll get all of my luxy kind of special ingredients from the grocer tomorrow when I go and pick up the meat, and I'll show you what I've got when I get home. Okay, a quick scoop on the shopping. We have our Nespresso coffee, pistachios, Greek style yogurt to make the labna. We've got some thickened cream for the pav and the potato dish. Custard, I don't eat it, but sometimes people eat it. Chicken stock to make gravy with. We've got some oil, just because you always need to have oil. Actually, can you write down beads and firelighters, please? We've got some double dollop extra thick cream. We've got some dip, because when I go and get the cheese and things, they don't have good dips there. So that's a great dip. The best ice cream ever, Connoisseur Classic. Should get that in the freezer very quickly. We've got milk. We've got some snackies. Mr. Addiction loves his snackies. We've got some walnuts for the salad, some more pistachios, which I will not be shelling. We have got some baby carrots. We've got these baby potatoes for that potato dish that was in the magazine. We've got some rocket. We've got chili. Blueberries. We have some fresh beetroot to roast. We've got a pomegranate, a pineapple, butternut pumpkin, or a butternut squash, I think other people call it, a red onion. We have some beautiful fresh limes, and so they should be, because they cost a fortune. Asparagus, cherry tomatoes, Himalaya pink salt. Oh, let's keep going around here. I've got a little bit of gravy, tab of gravy mix. Sometimes I use this with the juices of the meat just to make a nice gravy. We have some caper berries and our fennel seeds and some Chinese 5-spice. The mandolin I found, so nice and easy. Looking at doing the subscription for Nespresso, now we know how much we drink it. I was a bit hesitant before. Also picked up this book I've been wanting to read. I saw an interview with Dave Grohl, heard an interview podcast. It was really good. So summertime reading. And finally, another delivery from the Everly Bottling Company. I ordered these a while ago and they were delayed. Bag of the day, by the way, is a Negroni set. So these guys are based in Fitzroy in Victoria, and they do a lot of old-fashioned cocktails like Negronis, old-fashioned Manhattans, and they do this perfect blend, which would be great with those massive ice blocks, and you get these glass sets as well. So that's everything, and now I've got to go and do round 2 of the shopping at the deli. Shopping round 2, some flowers to decorate the pavlova, some cherries, lychees, fresh mint for the pav, sage, thyme, bay leaves, breadcrumbs for the turkey, Gruyere cheese, triple cream brie ×2, more olives we love, some salad mix, some brown onions, and some steak at Russo's for dinner tonight. Okay, I'm staying home now. So I might leave Vlogmas day 23 here and sit down, have some lunch at 2:30 and start editing. See you again tomorrow.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.